What's going on, friends? Today we're talking about the Kettlebell Kings 24 kilo competition kettlebell. So you by no means need a competition kettlebell. They're kind of fancy and honestly way more expensive than maybe you would think. Most of us just go with the regular iron bells and those are just fine, but if you want to upgrade your luxurious kettlebell experience, then a competition bell is not a bad way to go. The first thing you're probably going to notice is this stainless steel handle feels way more better than some of these iron bells. Sometimes the seams where they cast these iron bells make no sense. If you buy any cheap Walmart kettlebells that are literally lopsided, they have these weird parts on the underneath that will rip your hands, and this stainless steel part on the handle feels really, really good. Out. Here, out. Where you're going to notice this super obvious difference between the iron and the stainless steel handle is how the handle passes through the fingers and the palm of the hand while we're doing snatches. I'm gonna grab the bell here, pull back, and then as we cast the bell forward, the stainless steel really floats over the fingers very nicely. Out, come back down, park. As long as you don't have a super tight death grip on the handle, which you should not, being the professional that you are, this handle will slide through the fingers really smoothly, and especially if you have a solid casting technique that comes forward, I think it makes a huge difference when we're doing high volume snatch work with the kettlebell. Another reason why people like competition kettlebells is because you can get used to the feel of all your kettlebell work with the same size regardless of weight. You can practice with an 8-pound kettlebell, a 35-pound bell, a 53-pound bell, a 106-pound bell. It goes on forever, but they're all the same size. So especially when we're doing cleans, it sits in this pocket in this front rack position. They all feel the same. Obviously they're heavier or lighter, but they're all going to feel the same. The kettlebell handle is going to be consistently the same size as well. So I've done some kettlebell swings with a Rogue 200 and I think it was a 203-pound bell, and the handle is like this big around. It's pretty crazy. But with these competition bells, all the handles are basically the same size. There's gonna be slight differences, I think, depending on like the models you pick. But the size of the overall bell is all the same, no matter what. So as you probably noticed, these are all not the same brand. I bought these two used from a gym that was closing here locally in the Nashville area. But I bought this Kettlebell Kings competition bell brand new. I've had it a little over a year. If I'm being quite honest, I haven't used it a whole lot in some of our workouts here at the gym. We mainly just stick to the classic iron bells. But as you can see, they're mainly all the same size. I have noticed that this one here has a slightly smaller handle. I'm not positive. You could probably pull the specs up on the internet, but I think these are Perform Better bells. And I think the diameter of this handle is just a little bit smaller. Maybe it's 33 millimeters or something like that. And I feel like this one was 35, so I can definitely tell a difference. But with them all being the same size, we can practice all these movements and then when we feel super confident and competent on the exercise, we can move up and it will feel the same. It's just the weight changes. Excuse us. Now I'm doing these cleans and I'm fixing to talk about one thing. Yes, one thing that I'm not a super big fan of, and maybe it's just because I got used to the iron bells, specifically these bells that we have here at the gym that we've been using for years at this point. There's one major difference that I have found with the Kettlebell Kings bell specifically. I wouldn't say it's bad or good. I'm just not used to it, and it takes a little bit of adjusting if I do use these in a workout, specifically with the Kettlebell Clean. So here we have a Kettlebell Kings competition 24 kilo bell. And here we have a GetRx 24 kilo bell, just your standard iron type of bell. Most of these are all going to be the same. I think there's only a handful of manufacturers in the world. This was probably manufactured in China, and then at the very end of the manufacturing process, they probably just stamped the brand on there, and then they resell it and they just rebrand whatever company needs them to be made. But this one, I'm not sure where it's made, haven't done the research, don't really care honestly. But you can see the main difference is the distance between the top crown of the actual ball and the distance to the bottom of the handle. This is a lot bigger. This is a lot smaller. So when we're talking about the amount of space that your hand can pass through the bell, specifically on a clean or a snatch, it feels a lot different, especially on the cleans. I feel like I can't get a more active wrist with this one because the ball is like on my wrist. Where with the iron bell, it kind of sits a little bit lower on the forearm, and if you look close enough, you can actually see like this lump of flesh that has died, and I feel no pain anymore because I've done so much kettlebell work because it's kind of my favorite thing to do. But when I got this one, I almost didn't like it at first because it felt so different, and it affected my technique and how I handled the bell. So I haven't done a whole lot of work with it just because I'm so used to this one. This bell probably costs almost double what this one cost. It looks really nice. I feel like the feel of the handle is a way better experience than the iron, but something about the pocket and catching overhead and the snatch, it just feels a lot tighter and there's not as much play, which could be good or bad depending on who you're talking to. It just feels different for me. All in all, I don't regret the purchase, but if you're trying to save some cash and you're just getting started with this stuff, I would tell a man to buy a 24 kilo bell and a 16 kilo bell instead of just buying this one. If money is of no concern, then I might go this route because it looks cooler. I think that these are well balanced, basically perfectly balanced. Might have some irregularities in these. I haven't seen many in this brand, but especially like the big box stores that sell their bells, man, they're all over the place. You don't know what you're getting. The bell literally might be like this, but it's flat on the bottom. There's no quality control, it seems like. I've had pretty good luck with the GetRx bells here at the gym. I'd love to have a full set of these just because I know that they're more balanced and more symmetrical than these are gonna be. But it's gonna take some getting used to moving from this handle style to where when I pass through on the clean, this pocket feels a little more, I have some more leeway in the catch. With this one, it's on my wrist, really tight. I'm not sure if that's intentional or a design thing, but overall, I think it's good. I think the value is good. I think this bell might have been a little over 200 bucks when I bought it. But this bell, a lot of times you can get these foreign-made bells for pretty cheap. If you're looking for some diversity in your weight choices, a 24 kilo and a 16 kilo or a 53 pound and a 35 pound bell, getting two of these, you can probably get both of these for cheaper than buying one of these. If you're a lady, I'd probably tell you get a 12 kilo and a 16 kilo to start out with. And honestly, you're gonna get competent pretty quick if you practice a bunch. And then you'll be able to get heavier bells as you go. That's gonna wrap it up for the Kettlebell Kings review, comparison, what have you. I really like it. If you wanna go get one, obviously go to Kettlebell Kings website. They will hook you up with whatever you need. I have not attempted to buy anything else from any other brand, so this is a pretty notable brand. I love the content that they put out. I think that they're probably doing the most for the kettlebell world. Their QC, quality control is awesome. That's gonna be it for today. Subscribe if you like what you got today. I talk a lot about fitness and health things, not just like sets and reps and brands of stuff, but more the whole philosophical approach to being an all-around stout human being. So see you next time. If you do so choose, say bye to Amos, and we'll see you next time.